Alright, tonight we are going to work on the red tent, or at least for a little bit. I had planned on working this sooner, but the heat in my basement decided to go. Now, I have electric baseboard heat down here, and at the time, I wasn't paying attention to how much current those baseboard heaters were drawing, and we came up with a nice, clever little 24-volt relay system, so I could use a traditional thermostat there on the wall here. A nice programmable traditional thermostat. But as a result of pushing too much current, I ended up blowing one of my relays, which means it was very cold down here. Now, there's a reason I'm showing you this, because had this been, years ago, I wouldn't have known how to fix this. But this is the relay. It's a 24-volt relay, an 8-pin, and it allows 240 volts to pass through. It's rated for 16 amps. I know you guys can't see that, but that's what it's rated for. Now, it's pushing too much current through it, which meant one of these would burn up every year or so, based on how much I used it. But the reason I'm showing you this is because inside of this relay, I don't know if you guys can see that, there's a leaf switch. And those contacts on the leaf switch will get burned up. There's one on either side. And that little white thing in there, that's a little 24-volt solenoid that gets activated when the digital thermostat tells it to turn on. And then it just allows electricity to pass through for the 240 volts. It was getting burned up. You could see it spark. Well, this relay comes apart, and I was able to actually clean these contacts to get me by. But I have since reinstalled new baseboard heaters that do not draw that kind of current, that kind of amperage. So, and that's why I wanted to show you this. So if you've ever got a relay like this, you can take this casing off. It just pops right off, and clean that contact like you would any other leaf switch. And now being in this arcade hobby, I was able to get by, at least until I got a new relay. There you go. That's what I want to show you. So tonight, the plan is to take a look, not really at that for now. I need to get that together. But first, I want to take a look at these legs. These are chrome legs. They're in rough shape. They're kind of chrome, but as you guys can see, they're rather pitted and rusty. I've heard of something that we can do, and I'm not sure if it'll work or not, but I've heard that you can use an acid such as vinegar or Coca-Cola or something and aluminum foil. So we're going to give it a shot, and we'll see if it actually works. It might not, but at least you guys can say, oh yeah, hey, that Tim guy tried it and it didn't work, or it did. So we will see. I haven't tried it yet, but we're going to find out. Let me go get the stuff and we'll set up and do it. Now, they say the way you do this is you take some aluminum foil. We'll go ahead and take some of this aluminum foil out. Okay. We've got our aluminum foil and some vinegar or Coca-Cola or something acidic. And we treat the aluminum foil here like a sponge. So I guess aluminum foil is not abrasive enough to ruin chrome, so we'll take it, we're going to rub it over it like this, but we're going to use the vinegar kind of as our, I don't know, our dissolving agent here. I don't know. How am I going to do this? Sure. There we go. We just splashed a little bit of vinegar there. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if this is going to do anything, but let's try it. Smells like vinegar in here now. Well, getting some stuff on the foil. I'm just kind of doing this section so we can see that actually this is doing anything. I don't know how long I'm supposed to even rub this for. I don't know. Is that doing anything? I mean, it's wet. It's definitely wet. Look at that shiny, wet look. There's some rust down here. I'll hit that. The rust. I think this is just a piece of foil. Yeah, piece of foil. So I'll hit that too. So it was rusty. See what it does. Well, we know from the past that vinegar does work on rust because I let that track and field control panel sit in a vinegar bath for a day or so, and that definitely did work. So we know it'll take care of rust. Well, it's definitely eating up my foil. Let me get a paper towel real quick, and let's see if it cleaned up anything. I don't know. It could just be like as simple as wiping it. So there's definitely a lot of stuff coming off of it. And I will say the chrome does look shinier, but I can't tell if that's just, you know, because I cleaned it. So there's a non-side. So, you know, it does work better. The pitting is still here because it's definitely gone through. Let's see if zoom in and we can take a look. So you can see it right there. I mean, it's definitely pitted, but you can see my hand. It is definitely shinier as opposed to. So I did those two sides, and here's the side I didn't do. Let me just clean the other side with like Windex or window cleaner. Let me go get that. All right, so I'm just gonna use some traditional glass cleaner here on this, and so this side up to about here was with vinegar, so these two faces, and this has not been touched. So I'm just gonna clean the whole thing just so we can see if there is a difference. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I'm definitely cleaning it. Ooh, this side. Look at this side. This side's horrible. I mean, this piece overall is not bad, but definitely a hot mess and dirty. I mean, dirty definitely. I mean, alright, so let's go back and look at those two sides. So, these two, so up to about here, was cleaned with a vinegar and aluminum foil. Okay, and here was not. Can you guys tell the difference? Like, if I run my finger, you can see, I mean, maybe a little bit. It definitely took care of a lot of the pitting. I'm gonna keep going and we'll see how it looks in the end. I'm just gonna do this whole piece with aluminum and vinegar, aluminum foil and vinegar. I think it works. I think it definitely gets rid of the stuff. I don't know, I wouldn't use steel wool. I think that'll scratch it up, but we'll keep trying. We'll see where we go. Let's give it a whirl. Alright, so here's that piece. I maybe spent 5 minutes or so on it. It definitely looks a lot better. This piece, I can't tell if some of these scratches are definitely original. I can't tell if some of the scratches are from the aluminum foil, but I don't really know. Let's see, so you can, look, so you can see the camera. That's just from the aluminum foil and vinegar. So it did clean up pretty well. Some sides better than others. Like that side, not so much. I mean, the camera's there, it's blurry. If you go to this side, so you can practically see it clear as day. So definitely did work. I'm gonna try it with another piece. Let me show you the piece I'm going to try it with next. So here's one of the legs. This is probably by far the worst leg of that Nintendo red tent. On the inside, you can see there's some rust marks from where that crossbar was. This had definitely been sitting somewhere in a very moist environment, and it is a mess. But you know, it is what it is. So I mean, I'm gonna try to clean it up, and I guess I could always paint it. The problem is, if I'm ever going to chrome plate this, I don't know if it'll ever come out looking factory fresh because it's pitted. This, I don't know. I don't think I can save this. I think that's actually gone as far as what chrome is, but we'll see what it looks like, and it will definitely tell a story if I keep it. Question is, how much of it do I want to keep, you know, looking original? And if I flip it over the other side, this should clean up okay here, and then there's some more rust and stuff here along the bottom there, and then the bottom of it is kind of what you'd expect it to look like. So there you go. This is what the worst piece here looks like, and we'll see if what we can do with that. But I'm gonna go to town with it and try to limit myself to, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes for this, and we'll see where we end up. Alright, let's take a look at this. So that was a few minutes worth of scrubbing in this little section here. As I expected, this is just too far gone. There's nothing I can really do about that. I can leave it and it'll tell a story. The other option is to, I don't know, grind it all off and get it painted. I don't know. I'm not good with metal fillers, so I'm not going to be able to get this good enough to get it chrome plated again, I don't think. I could look for new legs, so maybe I'll look for some new red tent legs, although I don't think I ever see just legs pop up without the whole red tent being attached to it. So I'm going to clean it up, and I think for now we're going to leave it. We'll see how far we go. I think this is the way to do it for now, unless somebody else has a good idea. So I'll keep going ahead. I'm going to clean everything else up, but there you go. So vinegar, some chewed up aluminum foil here, and it does an okay job. It's definitely not going to save it. This piece is too far gone. It does make the pitting look minimal because it doesn't let the rust come through. I will throw a wax or something else on this so it doesn't continue to do it. I don't think it'll do it down here in the basement, but there you go. So, you know, I just used, let's see, we got some vinegar here, and some aluminum foil. That's it. Alright guys, I'll keep going and we'll see what it looks like when they're all done. Alright, so here's the last leg, which is in a lot better shape considering the one we just saw. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll clean this one up. I just wanted to show you what it looked like before we go ahead and do it. There's some nice rust and pitting over there and all along the top of it. Sides are equally as rusty, especially the inside there. But we'll go ahead and we'll try it and we'll see what we end up with. Alright, here you go. These are both of the legs and that crossbar polished with vinegar and aluminum foil. Now, these are like polishing turds. I mean, it is still a turd, regardless of how you look at it. But they do look a lot better. They are much shinier than they would have been if I had just cleaned them with some window cleaner. I will caution though that I'm not convinced that aluminum foil will not scratch this. I don't know if it's because they're scratched to begin with, or if it's because there was so much crud in the aluminum foil from the rust that caused scratching. But I can definitely see some marks in there. Now, I'm not worried about it because, like I said, it's a turd. But it's a lot better than what it was, and it's clean and whatnot. So, I mean, this piece probably came out the best and has less scratches on it. But these pieces here, particularly this side, which I think is actually even slightly bent. Maybe I can pop that in a vise and straighten it out. This leg is slightly bent. But it does look, they look better. And who looks at the legs anyway? I mean, really. But there you go, guys. Some vinegar, aluminum foil, cleaned them up. I figured I'd try it because that's what I read on the internet, and you know everything you read on the internet must be true. It works. I don't know if it's the best solution, but hey, we gave it a whirl, didn't we? And now I'm going to go wash my hands and then eat some salt and vinegar chips because all I smell right now is vinegar, and I've got this odd craving for salt and vinegar chips. Alright guys, take it easy and have a good evening.